Camera if you have that as well. And then there's one more option to have your friends actually picked up. They need to include this. We want to go to settings, scroll on down to captures, broadcast, and we want to go to where it says broadcast, and I believe it's on audio right here. It says include party audio. Include audio.
Okay, is my camera... Okay, my camera is not working, but my audio is working. Fantastic. So, I just captured... Not captured, that's terrible. I just freed Halcyon because I have a good friend who told me, like, that he will just be like an extra party member, which I'm stoked about. I thought you had to defeat the 3 people in the Goblin camp. I killed Minthara because Hissel, my amazing half-drow fighter, would absolutely just not mess with with a drow who's explicitly still doing evil drow stuff. Like, she's from Mensa Bransan, loved the shout-out from the R.A. Salvatore books. Uh, really, really enjoyed that. So, yeah, so I killed her right away, but there's still 2 other big bads in there, and I can't take them out. So I got Halcyon, and we'll talk. I think here's the thing. I do tend to play a character who's just kind of uncomplicatedly good, and I feel like the first thing I'd say is like, yeah, there's this bad thing happening.
I foolishly left it vulnerable to this rabble.
I already love him.
There's work to be done.
I did kill 2, I think, apparently goblin children to save him. It's not great. I was worried about Hissel being kind of a Drist clone because I'm a big Drist fan, but in the books, Drist actually kind of loses his faith because the nature goddess he worships is like, yeah, goblins are just bad, right? She's like opposed to goblins, and I imagine her just not being quite that developed.
You're aware of the monster inside you. You don't bow to the absolute like the true souls do.
Yeah, no, I think whatever the absolute is, it's probably some fuckery. I'm familiar with some fuckery, I think Shadowheart would be pissed if I brought up the artifact.
Perhaps. But I wouldn't want to place all my faith in blind luck.
Oh my god, you're great.
It's no coincidence that you found me here, I'll wager. You're after a cure for this parasite.
Buddy, you
I've been
betcha.
studying these parasites for a while now. Ever since I discovered these so-called true souls are infected with them.
Yeah, it's not good.
Someone is using very powerful magic to modify these tadpoles. They're using them to exert control over the infected. I'm sorry to say, I can't undo that magic, which means I can't cure you.
Cool.
But that doesn't mean I can't help.
Yeah, no, I can see from your fucking biceps, man, you can help.
I came here for a way to remove the tadpoles, but I found the next best thing. I found out where they come from. That must be where these enchantments are placed on them. And it's where you'll find your cure.
Okay, rad. How would you know about this, man? You're studying it? That's
Indeed. Cool. After we dealt with the drow that ambushed us, Nettie and I were able to inspect the corpse. And the creature that slithered out of it. I had no idea anyone beyond their ranks was infected. You have my sincere sympathies. No, this is different. Altered. The magic used is beyond me. It's either not of this world or so ancient as to be lost to even...
Yeah, no, I have some theories. I have some theories as a Baldur's Gate fan from back in the day.
I overheard that the cultists are sending all of their captives to Moonrise Towers.
Well, I guess we gotta go there, buddy.
Go in, true souls come out.
Let's do it, you and me, man.
Given that all of these true souls are infected, it has to be the source for this magic.
Let's fuck them up.
If you want to find a cure, you must head there and discover how the tadpoles are being manipulated.
In some gross way, I'm sure. Buddy, I just busted you out of here. Let's be friends. Let's stop these goblins from killing your friends.
I wish I could, but there's still work I've yet to finish.
My man, that's the speed on that. Let's go.
I've no right to ask more of you, but if you could help me, I'd be free to join your
journey. No, you do. You can turn into a bear. I think that's rad.
To threaten my grove.
Yeah.
Order must be protected.
Dude, I am there with you. Let's make it happen.
If you prevail, I'll owe you the debt of a lifetime.
You really don't,
the
brother.
That survives decapitation. Help me eliminate the Drow Minthara, the Hobgoblin Draw Ragslin, and that perversion of a priestess.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
They are the ones holding these parasites together.
Doing great. Just trying to take care of these Baldur's Gate issues, you know what I'm talking about? Got this big bear guy who's gonna be my buddy now. Yeah, we're gonna be friends. We're gonna take care of this. It's gonna be wonderful.
My presence could make things
Astarion always disapproves,
I can only restrain my
but it's fine.
So much. I won't be able to help but attack goblins. If I join you, we'll likely have to slaughter this entire place. You may want to use discretion when approaching the goblin leaders.
Discretion is not my strong suit.
So be it.
Let's get in there.
Sylvanas lend us nature's fury.
Alright, dude's just a fucking bear. This rocks. Just extra bear guy. What level is he? He's a level 5 cave bear. That is cool. Okay, so we are no longer trying to intimidate our way past guards. We're just gonna wreck these goblins. Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff about the, like, I feel bad, those were probably kid goblins. There's a lot of stuff going on with, like, what's up with the true souls, and I've managed to avoid any spoilers, which I'm very happy with myself about. Really pleased about that. But if I had to guess, I think that the first two Baldur's Gate are about like Baal spawn, people who are, when the evil god of murder Baal died, he like planned for it and had a bunch of basically he did it Zeus style, where he had like a bunch of half god kids. Oh wow, we were just immediately in combat, huh? I think if all of us just dogpile this guy, it's fine. Yeah, you're out, dude. And whew, okay. Anyway, and so I think that probably there's Bale Spawn who survived the events of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2.
They will know a bit them.
I don't know if that's the case, but I'd not be surprised. I'd also not be surprised if the Absolute was the bad guy from Baldur's Gate 2, I forget her name, but who survived in some capacity. Am I going to get over there? I'll make it some of the way. Let's go. Let's do this. Histel, get him. Come on, seriously? Okay, that's fine.
And lethal. My path be true.
Really? I can't main hand attack? Can I sweeping attack? Let's go. Okay, that's fine. It was worth a shot. Anyway, but I says, it's 120 years after the events of Baldur's Gate 2 is what I've been told. But I feel like probably
on my way.
That's what's up. I feel like either she has survived, some Bale Spawn has survived, or she herself is a lich and is trying to make things happen. I don't want to cast Spiritual Weapon and use another spell slot. No dipping. That's it. Bear in here, man. Bear with me. Get in there. Can't reach destination. You gotta. What kind of bear stuff do you have here, man? You have a good berry. Seriously, dude? Can you bear jump? Can this bear jump? That is the best thing that's happened to me. Got him. Anyway, so as far as who the Absolute is, who these three people are, I suspect it's still Bale Spawn from Baldur's Gate 1 or 2, but who were smart enough to lich themselves and are still alive in some way. That guy's just up there? Fuck you, man. How are you just... Okay, there's 12 of you. Or just 12 hit points, rather. I think you got him. Yeah, low ground. Okay, Astarion, I'm just going to ask you to get on him. Do I want Histel to run up there? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Hamstring? No, I just gotta dash, man. Let's just dash it up.
Light of my feet.
And then I think I'll have my bonus action to pommel strike this dude or get him. But the thing is, I am a little bit nervous if they're going to, you know, like have a canonical ending to Baldur's Gate 2. A big part of the appeal of that was the fact that there's so many different... But I guess you have to, right? And in my mind, spoilers for Baldur's Gate 2, I guess, the canonical ending is definitely that you become a good god, right? That is an option in Baldur's Gate 2 if you play your cards right. Can I just push this guy off? Yeah, just gonna push him to his death. You're done. That was only one hit point? Are you kidding me? Okay. You should just run around this way. No, you gotta dash, Shadowheart. Come on, kiddo.
Got to press on.
Yeah, I think that's it, buddy.
Father, shield your servant.
You are a bear, my man. Okay. I got that bear distance. Okay.
On the move.
Just in case backup is on the way. Seriously? Come on, dude. Cunning action dash.
Step quick.
Just take this guy out. Here we go. But there's also another option where potentially in Baldur's Gate 2 you just renounce godhood in general, like Bale's portfolio which is what they call like the God's Power set, just goes away, right? Like there's just like an empty slot in the Pantheon, which is fine. And I feel like that would be the simplest one for them to choose to be like the canonical ending of Baldur's Gate 2, a game which came out like 25 years ago or something at this point. So like I'm not upset about it if they are like, no, that's done, you know. But still, it's kind of a big deal to take, you know, one of the most beloved games, at least one of the most beloved RPGs of all time. Yo, this guy's very. It's just the one of you. Yeah, that's that. And sort of decide on an ending way after the fact. But okay, where are we going? I guess we gotta take out this Goblin Leader. I don't know why there's still a quest marker here, because Minthara is all kinds of dead. We gotta hunt down Karlach, find Saru. Alright, I guess we're going for it. Let's everybody...
Done. Can't wait to sleep.
No, we're not done, man. We can, for sure, wait to sleep.
Would have thought you'd be more creative.
Okay. I think the play is to have Astarion sneak attack this guy kind of by himself. How much health does this guy have? He's near the war drum. I think I can take him out.
Better make my next move.
We got candles all round ya. Use them.
Oh, yes! Everyone howls when they're on fire!
Okay, sorry, I got quiet as if I have to be quiet here. But you don't actually have to be quiet.
Life
Okay.
you took will not go unavenged, it seems.
Okay. Maybe you didn't have to take that guy out first, but that's fine. Oh, this iron ladder does not go up to a platform I can use strategically. That sucks, actually. That is not good for me. Does the high ground give me advantage? I forget, because we're going by 5e rules. Where's True Soul Gut? Fuck you, man. I don't hate that. 24 damage is totally respectable. And then it's a bonus action, you better believe. I'm going to hide. And I'll just hide a little bit over here, and that's a-okay, and I'll end my turn. Okay. I feel like I could have positioned people better, but thankfully I don't think they only see Astarion. What? I guess while I'm here I can talk about some other cool stuff about the game that I like. I do respect that they kept some Divinity stuff. The Divinity series I really like. I played it with some friends during the pandemic. And, you know, there is like kind of a sort of intense emphasis on like the environment that Divinity 2 has that is really quite good. And I respect that they do that still. Do I have to move to summon my axe? That seems dumb. Can't I just summon it right here? Yeah, there you go. Like you can dip your weapon and stuff, and that feels very Divinity 2. Bonus action, just Great Axe Slash, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get this guy, just get Grease. That's the thing that I really appreciate. There are some things that I think are kind of interesting, so far as like, it doesn't feel like fully like D&D in a few kind of obvious sort of it has to be that way kind of ways. One of which is they do make you roll for small stuff. Like, okay, yeah, no, buddy, come on, let's just dash around. So, like, for example, early on, and I think it's partially tutorial stuff, they have you actually roll for something that's like, the game has you roll for stuff that's like 2, like challenge rating 2. That's sort of shocking to me. Why didn't Hissel get a turn? Is Hissel okay? That's my main character. What's going on, buddy? Okay.
Time to push my luck again.
Sure is, sister. Let's just get you in the middle of it, right?
With haste.
Yep, with haste, absolutely. And so I appreciate that. I appreciate that they let you like push and throw things, and the use of environmental stuff is very cool. That is one of the coolest things. I will action surge. Distracted, fantastic. Oh wow, all those people back there are coming after us. That is bad. We are now fully flanked. So, like, there's different ways to play D&D, and any adaptation for a video game, you do kind of have to decide on, what you're adapting and what you're trying to capture in terms of the feeling, and what you're trying to capture in terms of other stuff. And it's tricky. It's actually not an easy thing, I think, because I've been trying to think of this in a few ways. Basically, like, D&D and a lot of these role-playing games came out of, wargaming, and it's actually trying to replicate the feeling of being in, like, a fantasy novel with, like, a fantasy battle. It's, like, a big part of the idea. Will? That's crazy. Yeah, just attack. True Soul Gut. I don't know why her name is Gut. Anyway, and, like, the system is meant to replicate that, right? You're fantastic. Glad we took this guy out. But when you have things like the dice being shown, or checks being shown, which is an interesting thing, or even when you have the dice on the screen, like a design choice, they show you the roll, which is really fascinating. Because the roll on the tabletop game is just there to replicate the feeling of chance, right, that comes with swinging and to gamify fantasy combat. So it's sort of noteworthy that they actually make in the game that explicit something that on the tabletop, right, is kind of not meant to be there. Depending on how you think about it, you could almost want to ignore the dice, right? Like, that is the dice break immersion the more you think about them from a certain perspective. So the game here, by doing that, by showing the dice on the screen, is not trying to replicate a fantasy novel, the feeling of being in a fantasy novel, the way that kind of AD&D is trying to do. It's trying to do something else. It's trying to replicate the feeling of playing D&D, which is a very different thing. And I think it kind of shows, right, that, like, where the culture is, playing D&D, being with your friends, rolling the dice, is the thing that's noteworthy and special. There's plenty of opportunities now with the advent of video games and stuff to have, like, a war game, a strat game type scenario. It is harder, perhaps, to find space to be with your friends and to hang out. And so putting the dice on the screen is kind of evocative of that. And that's an interesting thing. Now, in combat, obviously, they don't have that, right, anymore. In combat, they don't have it. With rolls, they do. And I think that's really, I don't know. I don't have too much more interesting to say about it, but I do think it's noteworthy. I am surrounded on all sides here, and it sucks. Hey, yeah, fuck you, buddy. Who here is easily killable? Torturer Spike. I hate that. I will have to second wind. So I just want to spend my whole turn healing? That seems absurd. Who's injured? Because really, action economy is like the main thing, and we want to take anybody who's injured out as fast. It looks like almost none of them are injured, so I might as well just get hacking. Yeah, okay. It's not good. It's bad in here. You are bleeding, buddy. Alright. Great. So, like, that's actually better than trying to hurt one of the people who are kind of already messed up, because, again, action economy is kind of everything in D&D. It's hard to overstate how the action economy is in 5e. Such an important part. So in a lot of games it's hard to tell to go after the boss, to go after the low-hanging fruit first. In D&D 5e, it's almost always the right thing to do to go after the low-hanging fruit. Just because them having any action
I am death.
is really rough on us. Not time for a second wind yet. Can I, like, push this guy? I'll push you. Okay, that's fine. Sacred Flame. This guy knows Sacred Flame on the cave bear. What can the bear do? I guess the claws are the big one. Yeah, you're just straight up ganked, huh? Okay. Do I have, again, the fact that the bear can jump is pretty good. I think I'm just gonna have him move, and then you can't move over there. Okay, thanks. Talk to Shadowheart. Chill out. Wow. The shoving is honestly really good. I think Hissel's going to successfully take this guy out. I think I'm going to risk it. These really, honestly, when D&D is at its best, I think it is when you are risking it. And I appreciate that the game is able to replicate those choices. Like, would it be better for me to heal right now? I don't know, man. I only have 6 of these health potions. I think it makes more sense for me to just... I have two attacks on the guy. Let's do it. Yeah. And so when it's the right call, when you take a risk and it's the right call, it feels fantastic.
In that corpse. You should take a look.
Oh, wow. Okay, what is the... I mean, I guess we're gonna go rootin' to and rootin'. Oh, wow. Yep, there sure is. Wow.
This one is a true soul parasite.
Absolutely disgusting.
It can enhance you. You can absorb its potential. Open your mind to it.
100% not going to do that.
How? You are not ready. That's all right. But try to overcome this resistance sooner rather than later.
No.
It will make things much easier for
Absolutely not. Okay, I mean, this was rad. We got our guy, which I'm pretty pleased about. We have a bunch of keys. You're encumbered. Okay, yep. Glad we kept that. Glad we have that mechanic. I just don't need any of these goblin bows. I don't need these goblin swords, which suck. Don't need this glove. Don't need these fucking shields. Probably don't even need this armor. Let's be straight up. Ritual staff, honestly, maybe it's... I do like a ritual tasteful boots. Okay, okay. Send to camp. Add to wares. I haven't really figured out how wares work yet, to be honest. What does send to camp, like, or they'll be in the bucket? Okay. Alright, we'll call that. Astarion, you okay?
You know, if that parasite isn't to your taste, I'd be happy to consume it in your stead.
Fuck off,
I
man.
don't relish the thought, but if you're going to just leave it sitting in your
No,
pack, well,
no, terrible idea.
one of us should try it. Oh, I have my reservations, no question.
Yep.
First of all, it looks disgusting. Second, there's a non-zero chance that it'll turn me into a purple glistening monster. But if it doesn't, who knows what kind of power we can unlock. And power is always worth a little risk.
No, it's absolutely not, dude. You got enslaved by that family.
Because if you continue to get between me and what I want, I will have to find a way through you. Just something to think about.
I thought we were homies, dude. Okay, so we did... Let's take a look here. I think the person who's getting tortured was over here, and we can get them out now with the torture key, which is cool.
Please, get me out.
Right on, brother, yeah. Are you gonna be able to make it out of here okay, though? Because there's like a million goblins outside. Like, genuinely a ton of them.
Thank you. I better go before they catch us.
Do you have like...
I should be able to make it to the Grove on my own. They need to know.
Oh, yeah. No, that's good. If you can make it there, that's great.
The Grove. To the east. They want to know
you should.
where we came from. Yes. It should be here somewhere.
A hidden passage.
They said there was a hidden passage underneath this
rad.
temple.
Do you know where it is? Because that'd be cool.
The place was supposed to be abandoned, but when we arrived, Brian had instructions, but the goblins got him.
Yep, they said they ate him. Happens to the best of us, honestly.
They said they eat him. I have to go. I have to get out of here.
Yeah, you gotta get out of here, man.
I don't know. The boss didn't say. He just said some wizard called Leroacan would reward us if we found it. That's all.
Alright, later. Yeah, I think those are my main thoughts on Baldur's Gate, kind of rambling sort of in here.
Rested enough. Now, forward.
That, like, basically, it rules. It fucking rules. And I think it's trying to capture the feeling of being at the table, rather than the feeling of, like, a fantasy novel in some ways, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just shows where people's priorities are, you know?
I had the strangest dream last night. Given our shared affliction, I suppose you had a excellent Now we can see what these tadpoles can do for us.
We should not, man. If you use these tadpoles, it's gonna fuck with
Is there a
us.
reason you're such an utter drip? I mean, do you have some sort of condition? Honestly, it's like you hate good news.
No, it's because I've played the previous
do you
games, man.
actually want something, or are you just here to spoil my fun?
Hey, man, I let you drink that fucking...
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers?
I'm half drow, bro. You can't just
Hopefully
drop that
not.
in there. Assume it's okay.
But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
Sure, dude. Alright. I think that's what we're gonna call it.